Hi, welcome to If I Can Cook, So Can You. My name is Julia, and today we're going to be making banana bread. First, we're going to start off with 4 bananas. 1, 2, 3, 4, just in case you can't count. So we're going to start off by peeling each banana, or just breaking them in half, kind of opening them up. If they're bad, this is slightly smushed, it's okay. It's going to get cooked, so throw out those peels. All this means is that it has been smushed. If it's a black kind of color, that's when you don't really necessarily want to use it, just cut it off. But if you have something like this and it's like a gooey, it's fine. It's gonna get smashed up anyways, and that just means that it got smushed. And if you really, really don't like it, you can just get another banana. But that's what I like to call wasting food. It's not very good. Okay, now we have cut up opened these bananas. Now we're going to start off by cutting off the ends, like this. If you don't have to cut off the ends if they're like fine. I like to cut them off if they're like have like a little black spot. So let's get a chop in. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to face it like this so you can see. So I'm going to take it and go from, I'm going to go cut it just straight. No matter, guys, stop. No matter what curve they're on. Sorry, my dogs were barking in the background. Okay, just keep on cutting them like this. I mean, if it gets all over, it's fine. I'm not saying leave it in proper order. It's just so you can get a better cut, and that's all you want. Some might be a little more than others, but that's okay. Okay. Now, cut it right down the middle if they're aligned. Don't do it if they're out on the side. I mean, you can, but it would just be annoying if they all spread out. So we're going to cut in half, just like this. Now, we're going to grab your big bowl. We should have a couple of bowls. You should have one big bowl, one medium bowl, one smaller than that, and just one teeny tiny one. I'm going to put this over here. Okay, so now we got that. We're going to take all these bananas, take your hands, just dump it right in the huge bowl. Yeah. Actually, you only need 3 bowls. I'm sorry, my bad. Only need 3, not 4 bowls. A large one, a medium one, and a small one. Now just take in your hands and kind of give it a nice smush. I hope you washed your hands beforehand, because when you wash your hands, it's sanitary if you have to do stuff like this. Smush away if you're doing this. Keep on smushing until it's to a point where it's kind of easy to put your hands in, like you shouldn't feel any bumps. And you'll know what I mean when you do this. It should feel very easier. After you do this, remember to scrape off all the banana stuff. It's going to be gross, but then wash your hands again. You can just use water. You don't necessarily have to use it with soap. Just get all that banana gunk off. Okay. Alright, so now we are going to add in all the other stuff. So what you want to do first is preheat the oven to 350. Now we're going to add in the butter. We're going to add in the butter. We need 3/4 a cup of butter. What I like to do is pop it in the microwave for about 20 seconds, and that should make it to a point where if you touch it, it's just going to make a nice little crease of your finger. And you shouldn't press it and it'll splatter everywhere. It shouldn't be liquid. It should just be a stick, but feel like it was sitting out there for a while. That's what you want to get. So we are going to mix that butter now. Let's get a mixer. Okay. Take the butter, mix it around. I'll put on some music. Oops. Okay, so now that we have mixed the butter, it should be a very nice whipped color. I'll show you. Not whipped. It should be very easy. Now we're just going to get a wooden spoon. Or a spoon, whatever you want to use. I like using a wooden spoon. Oh, the 350 is good stuff. So we're going to just take a wooden spoon and kind of push it all the way down to the bottom. And then dump it right on into the smushed bananas that we're going to smush even more after the butter. Ooh. Nothing broke. Now get your little mixer and mix. Smells good. Okay, so after we mixed it, it should look like this. Well, I'm actually going to take the camera and put it over because it's like liquidy. So that's what it's supposed to look like. Ooh, I got butter on my mouse. Okay, that's not good. Alright, so now we're going to need to add in the sugar. You're going to need 1 cup of sugar. You're going to dump that right on in. You have to do it one at a time, little bit at a time. Let me just put on music. Okay, now let me just exit out of the music. Okay, so now we're going to add the egg. Just one egg. Yeah, it's taking me a while to figure out what we're adding because I typed down the recipe that I actually created this recipe. So we need to do this. Then take your, get out all the shells. That might be a good idea. Take your wooden spoon, give it a little twirl. Then put it in. We just put the egg in, and now we're just going to mix, give it a couple of mixes, and then we're going to add in the vanilla. It should be a nice liquid by now with chunks. Now we're going to add in a teaspoon of vanilla. Just added that teaspoon. Okay, let's go back to mixing. Okay, now we're going to add in the baking soda. A teaspoon of baking soda. Now we're going to add in the flour. We're going to have, this is the part where it's going to be very hard to do. This is 1.5 cups of all-purpose flour. Yeah. Or you can put in just 1 cup, but if you want a really nice texture, I'd put in 1.5 cups. So we're gonna start putting that in. Remember, when you do it very slowly. Don't just dump it in, because that's gonna kind of give a really hard. So just like slowly and gradually mix in, and then you would have your dough. Okay, we're gonna stick some music back on, and we're going to finish up. We're almost done. I need a volunteer. How about you with the eyes? Come on down to the front. Stand right here, ain't gonna be shy. I have you time traveling, have your mind babbling. People trying to inherit the skills, so they asking me. Even David Blaine had to go and take some classes in. I see mind free, like, what's up, man? What's happening? Come on and see the show tonight. Prepare to be astounded. No ghost or poltergeist. You know I'm no Pinocchio, I never told a lie. So call me Mr. Magic Man. I'm float on cloud nine. I got the magic in me. I got the magic, baby. Every time I touch that track, it turns into gold. Yes, it turns to gold. Everybody knows I got the magic in me. I got the magic, baby. When I hit the floor, the girls come snapping at me. Everybody wants some blast of magic, 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 oh. Magic in the journey into my mind. You'll see why it's been in my rhyme. Stay on the road, so I call my mama when I got time. I hit the stage, go insane, then jump into that crowd. See when I rhyme, I flow, wanna be like, put it out. See, I deceive you with my intergalactic ether. I sing just like Aretha, so respect me like I'm Caesar. I kick it like Adidas, flowing sticky like adhesive. Be cautious, cause what I be gonna leave you with amnesia. I break all the rules like Evo Knievel. It's a spectacular show, cause my heart bumps diesel. So whatever you say, it don't entertain my ego. I do this every day. Focus, focus is my... Okay, we have just finished the dough. Now, we're going to get a loaf pan. This is 8.5 by 4.5 by 2.5. This is a very nice bowl.